Hey education team! Today we're going to learn about the Family Partnership Agreement, sometimes called an FPA. Many of us have heard of a Family Partnership Agreement. Hopefully this video will help to explain what it is and will give us a chance to get a closer look at the FPA and the steps for working with our families to create a really fabulous family goal. But first things first, we need to talk about the rules. The rules for Head Start and Early Head Start are all covered in the Head Start Program Performance Standards. That is the blue spiral-bound book that each of you should have a copy of. The performance standard that covers family partnerships agreements is 1302.52. I won't read the whole thing to you. That would be incredibly boring, but I will summarize it. Basically, 1302.52 states that each program must have a process for establishing a family partnership agreement, and that at the least, the agreement should include an assessment of family strengths and needs, goals, and a process to evaluate those goals throughout the program year. Furthermore, the FPA should be implemented as early as possible in the program year. So our family partnership agreement has 3 basic steps. Step 1 is the Strengths and Needs Assessment. The Strengths and Needs Assessment is a 3-page document. A copy of this document can be found in your teacher bags. There's one in the home visit prep packet, and there's one in your procedures and forms manual. This document helps families to identify some areas that they feel like they might need support in. It includes areas like family well-being, positive parent-child relationships, and families as educators. After it's completed, you will get a copy of this form to help you work with the family to set a solid goal. After the Strengths and Needs Assessment, we move to Step 2, the Family Partnership Agreement, the introduction. The FPA introduction is simply a letter that families get prior to your home visit. It explains what a family partnership agreement is. Again, you have a copy in your forms and procedures manual and in your home visit prep packet. Now on to Step 3, the Family Partnership Agreement, the Action Plan. The Action Plan form is also in your teacher bags for you to review. The Action Plan form is where we bring all of our information together. We will add our goal to the action plan during our home visits, and we'll discuss the steps that we want to take to meet the goal. This same form is used during each of your family conferences and your home visits to follow up on your goals, your action plan steps, and to set a new goal when we need to. So make sure to keep your original copy in your file until the end of the school year. And, well, that's it. That's the entire FPA process. Pretty simple, right? If you still have 300 questions, you are not alone. Let's watch as Pam and Monique model setting an action goal.
So we're going to go ahead and take time to fill out our family partnership agreement. So you had already filled out our family strengths and needs assessment. So I went ahead and went through this document and I kind of looked at the needs that we want to focus on. So I noticed on number 9, learning and development, you had marked that you want to be more involved in your child's learning and development. And you also want to learn activities to help my child learn and grow. So are you okay with focusing on that area?
Sure.
Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this form, our FPA. I'm going to go ahead and fill out Elena's name. Do you have any other children enrolled in Head Start or Early Head Start?
No.
I'm going to go ahead and select no. So now we're going to focus on a SMART goal. Do you know what a SMART goal is?
No. I have no idea what that was. I just wanted to make sure we were all still awake. Okay, so let's review SMART goals. Many of us have heard of and even use SMART goals in our own practice. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. The letter S represents goals that are specific. A goal that is written with a very specific target tells you where to aim and when to get there. The M represents goals that are measurable. How will you know when you reached your goal? Measurable goals have defined steps and endpoints. Next is A for achievable. Is your goal in your power to accomplish? Achievable goals are attainable, reachable, reasonable, and possible. I know anything is possible, but let's be realistic. I would really like to achieve world peace, probably not in my power. The R stands for realistic. Can you realistically achieve the goal? This is different from achievable. Something can be possible, but not realistic. I may go on a hike, but am I really going to go to the top of the mountain? I may be able to stop eating chocolate, but will I? Probably not. Finally, T is for timely. When exactly do you want to accomplish the goal? Is it next month? Next week? Or better yet, what about a specific day? The more specific we are with our goals, the more likely we are to achieve them. SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Now, let's get back to Pam and Monique as they model goal setting.
Okay, so for our SMART goal, we need to be specific, measurable. It needs to be measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So based on our focus, is there anything specific you want to learn about or grow in your child's learning?
I just don't know what kind of activities to do with her. So I'd like to know more about that.
Okay, so how about we focus on developmentally appropriate activities? How does that sound?
That works.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select to engage and complete developmentally appropriate activities. What's the time frame you want to focus on? Is it daily, weekly?
Probably weekly.
Weekly, okay. I'm going to say weekly with your child in the home setting. Is that okay?
Yes.
And now we need to select a specific date of achievement. So are you wanting to focus on this for a little while? I know we have family conferences in October. Do we want to extend our goal till then?
Yeah, let's do that.
So now on the form, we go to family engagement outcome. I'm going to jump back to our needs assessment. And number 9, it's under learning and development. So I'm going to jump up here, families as lifelong educators. And I'm going to check mark that just so you know that I'm referencing this form.
Okay.
And now we need to think of action steps. So I'm not sure if you remember a little bit earlier, we spoke about Ready Rosie.
Yes.
And in Ready Rosie, there's a lot of different activities that can provide you and your child to participate in. So I think that would be a good starting point. So our first action step, I think it'd be good for you to register for Ready Rosie. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that works.
I'm going to add that as our step 1. And the time frame, how long do you think that will take you?
Maybe give me a week.
1 week? Okay. 1 week. And I'm going to check started on the progress because we're just starting this step. Then we're going to take it into a second step. How many activities do you want to complete in Ready Rosie? I know you said weekly.
Probably just start out with 1.
Okay, that's a good one. So complete 1 activity a week on Ready Rosie. And our target date, I'm going to take it back to October, just like we mentioned earlier. And I'm going to check on started.
Okay.
And then in October, we'll go ahead and revisit this whole thing and see the progress. Will either be ongoing or completed, and if it's completed, we'll go ahead and set another SMART goal.
Okay.
So do you have any other questions or concerns?
No, I don't think so.
Awesome. So if you can go ahead and sign here.
And that's it. It's that simple. No, not really. Every situation with every family will be different. You probably have questions now. You will definitely have questions as you go through the process. Remember, you have a whole team of people here to help. We are here to support you however you need. We may not be as cool as those guys, but together we can do anything. And most importantly, remember that the work you do with families and children is the most important work of all.